You are listening to the Pompette podcast, the edutainment podcast about lifestyle, wine, and spirits, hosted by Yolanda Shoshana. Let's get this party started. Hey, yes, it is the Pompette podcast. Hey, this is your host, Yolanda Shoshana, but you can call me Shoshi, only if you're nasty. This episode, I'm coming at you with some books that I've gotten this year that I absolutely love. Some of the books are brand spanking new. Some of them are a few months old and some of them are a few years old. Either way, these books are great for your wine and spirits book collection. Or if you haven't started a book collection, these are great to kick it off. First up is a book about cognac. Y'all know I love my cognac. Hashtag Bells Who Brandy. This book is about Hennessy. It's the first book about Hennessy. I guess they haven't really needed a book because when you're on top, when you are an icon, maybe you don't need a book about yourself. But Hennessy, A Toast to the World's Preeminent Spirit, is by Glenn O'Brien, pop culture writer Glenn O'Brien. If you are familiar with his work, you will know he passed away at the beginning of this year, and this is his last book, unfortunately. This book, though, is so lovely. It's got gold-trimmed pages, so it's perfect for your table. It's, all elegant. It's got interviews, illustrations, some of Henny's old ads. That's my favorite part. And other historical things that Hennessy has done. So, if you are a cognac lover, Henny fan, or you know somebody who is, this is a great gift. I mean, you can always get somebody a bottle of Henny for Christmas or Hanukkah, but this book is unique and something a little bit different. Also, if you're just curious about Hennessy, I know a lot of people are always asking, how have they stayed on top for so long? This book can help fill in some of those holes. I was fortunate enough to go on a press trip with Hennessy last year, and it just opened my mind so much to what cognac is and the history of cognac. I not only like the drink, but I love what they do as a brand and what they've done in terms of social justice that they do not talk about nearly enough because they don't like to shove it back in people's faces. But check the book out. I think you will really enjoy it. Next up, for those who love to craft cocktail, New York Cocktails by Amanda Schuster. I happen to know Amanda. Shout out Amanda and her beautiful black cat Jasper, who's in photos if you follow her. I happened to go to the launch party too, which was a really great time. This book has over 100 recipes inspired by cocktails in the Big Apple, also what I love to call Gotham. She's gone to some of the best bars and spoken to bartenders, and there's mixology tips and just gorgeous. These photos are so pretty. Makes you just want to have every cocktail in the book. I highly recommend it for those of you who are coming to New York and don't know where to go for your cocktails. This will kind of answer some of those questions. Also, if you can't make it to New York right now because it is expensive as hell, right? Because New York ain't cheap and you want to come here and you want to turn it up and do it right, get this book and have some New York at home. New York Cocktails, though, has a sister book called Paris Cocktails, which I also happen to have. This book came out a couple years ago, and it's by Donnie Bilo. She is the founder of a Girl's Guide to Paris.com. Donnie was fabulous enough to send me the copy of this book. It's very similar to New York Cocktails. It just focuses on Paris. So if you are a Francophile like me, love your French spirits and all that good stuff, love Paris, this book is for you as well. You can get a little bit of Paris at home. So I recommend getting them both so that you can get a little bit of Paris and New York at the same time. And also you can play with the cocktails. If you don't like something that's in the cocktail, switch it up and make it the way you like it. I also recommend, making stuff at home, trying wine and spirits at home because it'll probably be a different experience for you. There's so much that's going on in a bar with energy and noise sometimes, but you'll really be able to get into the taste and the flavor and the essence when you're relaxed at home. Hopefully your home is relaxing. I know some of you have crazy home lives, and in those cases you need a drink anyway. So if craft cocktails scare the hell out of you, if you're not ready, if you want to go a little bit simpler, I highly recommend The Cocktail Guide to the Galaxy. This book is written by Andy Heidel, who is the founder of the Way Station Bar in Brooklyn, which is a Doctor Who themed bar. These books are these recipes are a little simpler. And they're also just themed after fun stuff. Also over 100 recipes, some illustrations, and also some tips from Andy. So, you know, a lot of these drinks in the book have been approved by people that have gone to the Way Station. Some of the things that inspire, some of the movies that inspire the cocktails are Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Star Trek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I happen to have one of the cocktail recipes on my website right now, inspired by Blade Runner. It's called Blade Rummer. So you can go to my website and check out that recipe. I did not have spiced rum, so I used a rum from Martinique. I switched it up a little bit. I do want to have it with spiced rum one day though. So, like I said, play around, play with what you have at home, but anybody who's a nerd or a geek will really love this Cocktail Guide to the Galaxy. It's just a fun book. I was so excited when they offered to send it to me. I'm like, hell yes! I'm a huge geek myself. So next up is a book about wines from Argentina. I got to go to Buenos Aires last year and loved it. The winemakers there are so lovely, and they just are so proud of their red wines. Their Malbecs especially, but Vino Argentino is Insider's Guide to the Wines and Wine Country of Argentina, is by Laura Catania, and she is not only a winemaker, but she's also an emergency physician in the Bay Area. Woman does it all. This book is beautiful, beautiful photos of Argentina. Argentina is stunning, by the way. And it breaks down the wine regions, the types of wines to expect, and about winemakers and who's doing what. It's just a who's who of wine for the area. And there's recipes. Wonderful recipes. People in Argentina really take their food seriously. Lots of meat. A lot of Italian food too. There is an empanada recipe in the book that one day I am going to try. It makes me nervous right now to think about trying it, but one day I'm gonna do it somehow, some way. But definitely worth having on your bookshelf. If you are looking for a wine region to check out that's not, Italy or France, definitely I'd say Argentina. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. And next time you're at your wine store, grab a wine from Argentina. Very affordable wines at beautiful taste and flavors. And while they're known for their red wine, I also think that in the next few years, sparkling wine from Argentina is going to be on the come up. I had some glorious sparkling wine when I was there. Chandon, the sparkling winemaker in California, has a winery there, and their sparkling wine there is called Baron B. I fell in love with that stuff. But I am also going to be participating on another wine chat about wines from Argentina on Twitter on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you go to hashtag Vino Argentino, VinoArgentino, you'll be able to follow along. You also can go there at any time and see what else is going on with wines in Argentina. You can also go to Instagram. Keep an eye out for those Argentinian wines. Last but not least, I have a book about sherry. Sherry is making a little comeback. And it just is showing up in cocktails. Bartenders are starting to use it more and all that good stuff. I started paying a little more attention to sherry because I watched the show Frasier. And it's sherry, a modern guide to the wine world's best kept secret. The book is by Talia Baiocchi, and she just does a wonderful job of going into the history of sherry, facts about sherry, different types of sherry, the regions that sherry comes from. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that sherry comes from Spain, right? Most people think that all sherry is sweet. Not only can sherry be used as an aperitif, but it can be used to pair with food and can be great in cocktails. There is a Sherry Fest that's coming to New York City. So just keep your eyes and ears out about sherry. I personally am doing my own research, which is why, this book was sent to me, and I had some sherry sent my way, which is fun because now I get to taste and read at the same time. So give Sherry a little bit of love. Fraser was on to something. So just a little something, something. So, you know, these books are things that I just think have really helped me and will help you. I love learning more and more about wine and spirits. It's like my jam. It's my thing. I love to know where it comes from, and I love the history. So, you know, add this to your collection. If there's a book that you know of that you think I'd love, let me know. I'm always on the lookout. So, last but not least, I have 2 new columns. I have an advice column. I'm building a website for it right now, lavipompette.com. But right now, until that is built, you can go to lavipompette.tumblr.com and send in some questions. The first question that I had was about a birthday party and doing something different. And I've answered that with like some barbecue and bubbles. That was my suggestion. I have another column I'm not going to announce just yet. Next time I do the show, I should be able to give you a little bit more information. But that's more about celebrity brands, wines and spirits and stuff, which I'm excited about because celebrities are totally in the game and there's always some new information coming out about them. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you do have any questions you'd like to send to my advice column, feel free to do it. Shoshi@YolandaShoshana.com. Don't forget to put La Vie Pompette in the subject line because I get a lot of emails. I really do. Until next time, peace, love, and cheers.